Hello everyone, it's Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island in Bluffton, South Carolina. We're in Bluffton in Calhoun Street, and we're here on June 4th, 2015. And do you know what day that is? Well, it's the day in 1863 that the Union burned the town of Bluffton to the ground. And they're having over at the Hayward House, which is the official Bluffton reception center, named after Thomas Hayward Jr., one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. They've had free tours of the Hayward House today, and there's a lecture nearby by Jeff Fulgham, the author of the book, The Bluffton Expedition, which details all of the historical details leading up to the burning of Bluffton from the Union camp headquartered over on Hilton Head Island in 1863. Just tired of all those rebel raids across the water, and finally they just said, well, let's go and get those guys over there in Bluffton. You see, leading up to the Civil War, part of the main thrust, the philosophy leading up to the Civil War started in the 1830s with the Tariff of Abominations. I believe it was 1836, where the tariff of the North against the South was abominable. And that was what really lit the fuse in some ways for the Civil War. And that movement, called the Bluffton Movement, and a fiery speaker from nearby Beaufort named Thomas Rhett, and the follower is known as the Bluffton Boys. Well, for those of you who are not interested in history, let's start again. We're at the corner of Lawrence Street and Calhoun Street here. Calhoun is old town, downtown Bluffton, and we have a lot of festivals here. Now today is Thursday, June 4th, and like I said, well, this is the day of the farmer's market. Farmer's market is here in Bluffton on Calhoun Street every Thursday. Great place to come down and mix and say hello to your friends. We're going to walk through. And the other thing about Calhoun Street is the site of an awful lot of festivals. And just on an everyday basis. Hey there.
Yeah. Hey, what's wrong? How are you?
Great.
Everything cooking?
Everything's cooking. You got some beautiful stuff there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Looking great.
All right.
Hope you don't mind me taking a picture here for YouTube.
No, that's going to make us,
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the okra. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. And I was saying that there's a lot of restaurants down here, a few wine bars, and some wonderful arts and crafts shops up and down Calhoun Street here. Well, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Richard Kadish. I'm a real estate broker, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island in Bluffton, South Carolina. And I tell you what, I lived on Hilton Head Island for 36 years. My wife and I moved to Bluffton about 3.5 years ago, and I love Bluffton. Life is great in Bluffton, and one of the things that my clients are constantly asking is, what about, well, aside from what's to do in Bluffton, is what about the conveniences? Where are the conveniences, the shopping? Well, Having lived on both Hilton Head Island and in Bluffton, I can tell you that Bluffton has tremendous convenience. Not only does Bluffton have the big box stores out there on Route 278, where so many of you have driven to and from Hilton Head for years without really stopping or exploring Bluffton, and that's perfectly okay, of course. But that's where the big box stores are at, the Target, the Best Buys, the Lowe's, the Home Depot, and such. But the Bluffton, off the beaten path, has the Old Town. And the Old Town is just a fascinating mix of arts and crafts and history, and I guess you could say old and new sophistication, good times and some history all mixed together. This is the Old Town Dispensary, which is a popular restaurant and I guess you could say bar. They have a lot of live music here on that stage that you see over there. Most nights, I don't know an exact schedule. I confess I'm not really a nightlifer, and in that regard I guess I'm kind of boring, but I love coming down here in the daytime. And it seems like a lot of other people like that too, because every year it just seems to be a little busier and busier. You know, Beaufort County, where we're located here, is the 13th fastest growing county in the United States. And this has always been a great place, a very great place to live before the recession. Well, now that we're coming out of the recession, the buyers are back, and all the home builders are building homes out here just like crazy. And I'm glad to be a part of it. I very much enjoy showing people around Bluffton, helping them compare communities. And we have such a wide variety of homes in Bluffton. Not so much the second home market like you have on Hilton Head Island with all the vacationing and tourism. This is more of a year-round residential community with homes that start out here even under $200,000. And they go right on up to the most expensive house out here today is probably about $12.5 million. We have high-end gated communities, and we have ungated economy communities, lots of golf, tennis. This is a beautiful place to live. I love the arts and crafts festivals down here, the music, the food. It's an intoxicating, no pun intended, an intoxicating combination. And there's just so much more. There's so much to do in Bluffton. I have to tell you, I'm not retired, but if I was, I could not possibly do all of the things that there are to do. And the lectures, the clubs, the activities are just fantastic. Just fantastic. So they cordon off this part of Calhoun Street and have the farmers market every Thursday. We're about to leave that area, and we'll just kind of meander up the street here. I appreciate you watching this video. I just had to get out. It's such a beautiful day today, and I always like showing off the community. By the way, this you found this video on the Go Gated channel on YouTube, and on the Go Gated channel there are lots of videos of homes, and there's also some community videos there, a few interviews and so forth. Now this is the cottage. I haven't eaten here, but I've heard some very good things about the cottage, breakfast, lunch, and so forth. Many of my friends have said that they come down to the cottage. Beautiful southern architecture, the southern farmhouse architecture that these homes have with the metal roofs and the big front porches. I was told that when the Yankees burned Bluffton in 1863, that there were about 14 buildings that didn't get burned. 14 buildings, 14 homes and 2 churches. The Church of the Cross still stands as a historic landmark, and I'm told that it wasn't burned because the Union was shelling and they had their ships close by. They didn't want to set the church on fire because it would be too risky for their activities there. And then the other one, I understand they used as a stable. So that's how that church happened to survive, the Campbell Chapel. And the houses, the reason they survived, I was told that it's because the smoke from the burning was so thick they couldn't quite tell that they had burned everything. This is the Pluff Mud Gallery, which I personally have enjoyed nosing around in many times. They have wonderful ceramics in there. Voted 3 times in a row the #1 gallery in Bluffton. Well, I'm not surprised. Very nice folks, and very nice moose here in the front yard. We don't have moose around here, so I have to wonder where that came from. Have a moose. And then on this intersection, at this corner here of Church Street and Calhoun, is the SOBA, which is the Society of Bluffton Artists. Very active arts community in Bluffton and Hilton Head. The sister group on Hilton Head is called the Hilton Head, or rather the Art League of Hilton Head Island. The Art League of Hilton Head Island. Very active group. They have workshops and shows. SOBA in Bluffton here does the same. Some artists are members of both. And as we go on down the street, we have the Preston Studio, which is no problem. A ceramic studio, and Mr. Preston makes beautiful ceramics. Hi.
How are you?
Doing great. Well, we're almost done with the tour. What a beautiful day here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Now, as we make our way up to the corner of Route 46 and Calhoun Street, Route 46, otherwise known as May River Road, the bluff in Bluffton is the bluff over the May River, folks. And Hilton Head Island is largely about the ocean and vacationing, and Bluffton is largely about rest and relaxation and the rivers. So we have some beautiful boat launches over here in Bluffton. People trailer their boats every weekend, really every day if they want, to the rivers, go out to the sandbar where there's always a party going on. And then at nighttime, come down here to Calhoun Street or the Promenade. Just across the intersection is Promenade Street, which is a continuation of the Calhoun Street, and where there's additional restaurants and services, local newspaper, offices, opticians, so forth. We'll just walk up there. Let me give you my contact information, and I hope that you decide to give me a call about real estate here in Bluffton, South Carolina, or Hilton Head Island. Again, my name is Richard Kadesh, K-A-D-E-S-C-H, and my company is Go Gated Realty, like gated communities. And I'm the gated community specialist, ladies and gentlemen. And both gated community specialist and Go Gated Realty are federally registered trademarks. And my cell number is 843-684-2933. That's 843-684-2933. And my email address, rich@gogated.com. That's RICH@GOGATED.com. And my website is gogated.com. Well, here we are, May River Road and Calhoun Street, Promenade Street, kind of the downtown, old town, Bluffton, South Carolina. June 4th, 2015. Remembering as we go the burning of Bluffton in 1863. Well, that's all over now. I don't know that the North is forgiven for that, but and by the way, that book again, Jeff Fulgham's book, Fulgham, called The Bluffton Expedition, on Amazon Books. I wrote a book review for Jeff on Amazon. You can read it there. It's really one of the best books about the Low Country that I've read. It really brings the people and the places together in a very easily readable and very clearly written way that is a real page turner. But let's see, we were talking about real estate and Go Gated Realty, so I'm a buyer's agent. I'm a buyer's agent, ladies and gentlemen. I represent you. Should you decide to become an owner and relocate here, either for a second home or a primary home, I'm a buyer's agent. So please call me. Let's talk and get acquainted. Tell me what you're looking for in the South Carolina Low Country. You know, this is a beautiful place to live, ladies and gentlemen. We are only about a 20 to 30 minute drive to the beaches on Hilton Head Island, and about 30 minutes over to Savannah, Georgia, and about 30 minutes over to Beaufort, South Carolina, our county seat. So let me show you around. Give me a call. Let's talk. Let's get acquainted. And I look forward to hearing from you. And again, thank you for watching this video today.